Hi guys, so this is my analysis on gold. What am I expecting on gold? We can see that gold is currently on a bullish move right here. So what am I expecting on gold right here? I'm expecting more of a bullish move on gold because we can see there was a break of this trend line right here with this candlestick right here. So there's a possibility for it to at least push up a little bit to this level, but it's in a trickish area right now because we can see there is a trend line coming from here as well around this level right here. So which make it a little bit more trickish, right? Because we might just be rejecting off of this trend line to continue to push to the downside. But just because we can see this break of trend line here and we can see this engulfing candle, I think there's a possibility that at least we may get up to this next trend line right here before we now continue to push to the downside, because overall on gold I think we are moving to the downside overall. So based on this price action right here, I'm going to say that we'll go up a little bit on this. You can see so based on this right here, I think we're gonna continue to push to the upside to at least my next target, which is, like I said, around this area right here, to touch this trend line so we can have a possible touch of trend line. Because if I zoom in a little bit, we can see where this trend line is coming from. First touch, second touch, a possibility for it to give us a third touch, then we now continue to push to the downside right here. But so that is my thought on gold, guys. Let me readjust this fib level and let's see. So based on that, what am I expecting, right? There's a possibility for gold to still drop a little bit to at least my 61.8% fib level, and the reason is because we can see this break of trend line right here has a break of structure, so we might come down here to fill in the break of structure before we now zoom to the upside, then push to the downside. So that is my thought on gold before we now know what next, because overall I'm still thinking we are on a bearish move overall, right? But in case, like I said earlier, that gold is in a very trickish area because we are currently around this trend line as well, there's a possibility that it just, because of this, it might just continue to push to the downside after this trend line too. That's a possibility because we can see that the trend line was broken with this engulfing candle right here, and it's come back to retest around that area that we might continue to zoom to the downside. That's a possibility, but I feel see a little bit more of a retracement to the upside than on the downside right now. So at least this trend line before we now continue to push to the downside. So but if, like we all know, that we react to the markets, we don't predict the market. So in case if anything happens, I'm just going to reanalyze. But based on this current price action, I just think that we are more of a bullish move, a little bit of a bullish move to 1952. Then we can now continue to push to the downside. And if not, if you're going to continue to push to the downside, I want it to break out of this previous low right here, then that will indicate that we have moved direction or something like that. So that is what I would actually prefer. If I'm going for a sell, I want it to at least break this previous structure right here for us to now know, because here is a very trickish one. So we have to be a little bit more careful on gold right now because we don't have enough data to know if we're going to go on a buy or in a sell. But right now my bias on gold is a bit of a buy, then we'll continue to move to the downside. So that's my thought on gold, guys. If you find this insightful, don't forget to subscribe, comment and like, and I'll see you in my next analysis. Thank you for watching, guys.